Well, let's now go to Florida. Republican strategist Amy Tarkanian joins us now. Amy, how are you feeling today after seeing all of that?
Well, I'm feeling pretty hopeful. I'm feeling that hopefully that the second term will be obviously more aggressive. It will be more success. He learned, I think, a great deal in his first term, and unfortunately, he learned a lot of it the hard way. He had campaigned originally on draining the swamp and found out that that was virtually impossible. We all were very excited his first term in the beginning, and then he continued to surround himself with people who didn't have his goodwill, and unfortunately ended up extremely chaotic in the end and disappointing. So I think the fact that he has gone through quite a tumultuous time period in between. It has strengthened him. It has made him more aware of the people that he surrounds himself with, hopefully. And I think the fact that he already lined up his policy advisors, had all of these executive orders ready to go before he even showed up at the inauguration ceremony. It's upwards of 200 to be said that he started signing in the first 24, 48 hours. And he wasn't wasting any time because, as you had mentioned prior, as soon as President Biden came in, he rescinded a great deal of President Trump's work. And so it's a little bit of a ping pong game. And so now Donald Trump is back again, and he's saying, wait a second, I'm bringing it all back. And he's going to make those issues actually even better. And that's the problem with an executive order. If it's not made into law by Congress, then you can have the next president come in and rescind all of your hard work. So I'm hoping and very, very excited actually about a number of the things that he's bringing forward. And I think the fact that he also had his cabinet nominees ready to go, they all made sure to do their due diligence by trying to sell themselves to the members of the Senate before their confirmation hearings take place. And I think the fact that he's ready to get to work on day one is a good thing.
Yeah. What did you make of, it was a very different inauguration ceremony, wasn't it? It was held inside because of the temperatures. And President Trump had this group of billionaires surrounding him, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk. What does that look like to you? What does it mean in terms of optics when you've got the likes of Biden describing them as oligarchs?
Sure. Well, if you want to actually look and see, who contributed to who, it's all out in the open. It's public knowledge. So, and it's well known that the Democrats had a lot more wealthy individuals contribute, and that doesn't bother me. I was a little taken aback. It kind of gives me a little bit of a sour stomach looking at that photo of like Mark Zuckerberg, for example, sitting there when there was very limited seats, and there are people who have devoted themselves since day one to supporting President Trump. And we all know that Facebook was relentless against President Trump in his first term and putting out misinformation, disinformation, very hurtful campaign information against him. And so, is it good that he now has these folks in his back pocket, so to speak? Yeah, I think so. What do they say? The saying is, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. And so it's good to have more people supporting you, I guess, and it's okay, better late than never, but it does kind of put a bad taste in your mouth when you look at it and what this individual did at one point.
Lovely. Amy, thanks for your take on things. Really appreciate that. We say goodbye to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Funny, it's how quickly things are over. Walking with Biden and their wives to the helicopter and seeing him off. And it must be very hard because they basically detest each other.
Yes, and they had tea together yesterday. I can imagine that was awkward.
That must be so, just, get it over with.
Yeah.
But there he is, he's up and running.